Welcome to Physics 106, Physical Science for Educators. The purpose of this screencast is to tell you a little bit about the course and to review the expectations outlined in the syllabus. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Jennifer Doctor, and I am an assistant professor in the physics department, but I also work closely with the School of Education to prepare future educators in science. I'm originally from a small town in North Dakota called Jamestown, but I've also lived in Minnesota and Illinois before I came here to Wisconsin about 3.5 years ago. My husband is Dr. Ben Anderson, who teaches in the math department, so maybe you've seen him around campus. We'll also have a teaching assistant and a laboratory coordinator who will help out with the class. So that's a little bit about me. During the first week, you'll complete a survey so you can tell me a little bit more about you and what you hope to get out of this class. Now, a little bit more about the class. Physics 106 is an introductory physics class, so the main objective of the class is for you to learn physical science content and how to engage in scientific practices like planning and carrying out investigations. What makes this class distinctly different from other science classes is that it has been specially designed for future teachers of elementary and middle school. Many of the activities and demonstrations we'll do can be adapted to use with young children. In fact, the electricity curriculum that we use is the same one they do in 4th grade over at Emerson Elementary School. If you take a look at the syllabus, the top part includes my contact information. I haven't sent my office hours yet. The first question on the introductory course survey you'll fill out will ask which times work best for you, and then I'll use that information to determine the office hours this semester. Those will take place in my office, which is room 2030 of Cowley Hall. I also do office hours by appointment, so if the times that we get figured out don't work with your schedule, you can send me an email and we'll find another time to meet. I've also included a link to my Google Calendar in the syllabus so that you can check my availability that way. If you are new to UWL, the university uses a course management system called Desire to Learn, or D2L. And course materials, including PowerPoint slides and handouts, will be posted there in a section called Content. The homework you do in the class will be online D2L quizzes on the Quizzes tab. And I'll talk more about that in the first week of class. You can access D2L from the main UWL website on that drop-down menu. So on the first day of class, you'll receive a spiral-bound booklet, this one shown in green here, which is going to essentially serve like a textbook and a workbook for all of our class activities. There are some supplementary textbooks available to rent in the bookstore. However, I won't be giving any assignments out of those. You can certainly use them as an additional resource if you want. You'll also need a simple calculator. Cell phone calculators will not be permitted during quizzes and exams. So the format of this class is what we call an integrated lab lecture. So we'll combine hands-on activities with some direct instruction, sprinkle it as needed. The main topics in the class include matter, moving objects, electricity and electric circuits, magnets, and waves, which includes sound and music, light and color, and the way that light interacts with matter in mirrors and lenses. In addition to learning about these science topics, we'll also think about common difficulties that young children have when they're learning science and explore some of the new science standards which just came out in 2013 called the Next Generation Science Standards. Here are some pictures of a few in-class projects we do, like building roller coasters out of foam pipe installation. You see a lot of excited faces here. Maybe you recognize some of these students. In the sound and music unit, we have an idle band competition where you're going to create a musical performance using homemade instruments and include some choreography. You can see sometimes people coordinate their outfits or include some costumes. Alright, so on the syllabus, there's also some specific learning objectives if you're interested in reading about that. As part of the course expectations, I do take attendance in the class because as future teachers, I think it's important for you to illustrate the dispositions of the teaching profession, which includes valuing your learning experience. Not just that, but you're going to be working in groups, and so your group members are relying on you to be at class. If you know you're going to have to miss a class, just send me an email in advance, and we can try and work something out so you don't fall too far behind. I do allow you to use electronic devices during class activities such as cell phones, laptops, and tablets. However, I do ask that you be respectful. If someone is talking, either me or one of your table mates, please refrain from texting or using your phone. We usually take a 10-minute break about halfway through the class, so you can also conduct your e-business at that time. Alright, so here's the part you probably want to pay attention to, the assignments and grading scale. So note that most of your grade is going to be based on exams and quizzes. There will be 3 exams, which each contain 50 multiple choice questions, and then there are 5 quizzes, which are a combination of short answer responses and multiple choice questions. Practice quizzes and exams will be provided for you in your workbook. The weekly journals will be submitted online using a link to a Google form, and that link is on the syllabus, and it's also going to be posted on D2L. And the homework will be online D2L quizzes. The purpose of the journals is really twofold. It's to help you reflect on what you've learned during that week of class, and it's also to let me know what things are still confusing so that we can address them in a future class period. The teaching assistant will be reading and summarizing your journals. The homework will send you to a couple of websites to look at things like national standards and student misconceptions pertaining to each of the units that we're doing in class. So we use a points grading scale where the total number of points in the class is 600, so you can see the percentages and the points that you need to get a particular grade in the class. There will be a couple of opportunities for extra credit, like that idle band contest I showed you pictures of, and the roller coasters. So that will you'll also see that on the D2L gradebook. So in the electric circuits unit, we will be doing a big group project. You're going to design and build a model house, which is wired by batteries, light bulbs, and motors. You can see I have a couple pictures here of some of the themes that people have chosen in past semesters. You can kind of see it's a great opportunity for you to be creative. These were some from last semester that were award-winning ones. So in addition to that house wiring project, you'll also have a what we call a service learning project or a children's museum project. During some of the museum's STEM Saturdays events. So you and a partner will select a demonstration or activity from the class and display it for children at the museum. I'll post a sign-up sheet in the second or third week of the semester. This semester our dates are going to be Saturday, March 28th and Saturday, April 18th. And there are 2 show times. You only have to attend one of them, either from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock or 12:30 to 1:30. So please start planning your work schedule in advance, and let me know if you have any issues about those dates and times. So here are some pictures of some popular choices of demonstrations that people do at the Children's Museum. This is a hovercraft where kids can ride on a cushion of air on the floor. There's an air bazooka gun, which will shoot a ping pong ball through some empty soda cans. Some people like to do density activities like sinking and floating. That's good for some of the younger children there. We also have several activity demonstrations, the Van de Graaff generator, which makes your hair stand up, and also this fun fly stick wand, which makes a piece of tinfoil hover. Also some things like conductors and insulators and building simple electric circuits. We have a lot of different demos on magnets. You can see they're dropping some different materials through a copper pipe there, compasses, all kinds of different things. And then some people like to do musical instruments and sound and music, or waves, building string telephones, something like that. So the last part of the syllabus is just a reminder to abide by the rules for academic conduct set by the university. And in addition to that, please let me know if you have any allergies or special needs. We do sometimes use balloons, so especially let me know if you have a latex allergy. All the units are going to be laid out on the calendar in the syllabus, along with the dates for homework, quizzes, and exams. And so I'll use some of these labels when I post PowerPoint slides to D2L. For example, our first day is Monday, Matter Day 1. If you want to download the slides, they're going to be in the content area under PowerPoint slides labeled as Matter Day 1. You can see your first assignment is going to be due Tuesday to complete a little survey telling me a little bit about yourself and what you hope to get out of this class. So you can kind of see most of the exams cover 2 units, and then after spring break we'll be having a little bit of time to work on the house touring project and do those presentations before the second exam. And then we will have our last exam during the final exam time for the class, even though it won't be cumulative. Alright, so again, welcome to Physics 106, Physical Science for Educators. I'm excited to meet you and get to know more about you. Check the D2L news section for additional announcements, and remember to respond to that introductory course survey by 5 p.m. on Tuesday, January 27th. One of the items on the survey will ask you what questions you have about the syllabus and the course expectations, so we can clear those up right away during the first week of class. And again, please let me know if you have any allergies or special needs. All right, see you soon.